call on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You are the Hebrew Israelites coming in, week out, waking up the lost tribes of the children of Israel, waking up our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American man, woman, and child. You are the chosen people of God. You are the direct bloodline descendant of the Most High, Yahushua, and the many prophets and our foremothers and forefathers that come before us. You know, it's our duty and job to wake up our people, you know, because we are in the lowest state. We know what's going on every day. There's something that's happening on the earth where we got to wake up, man. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this thing. You know, there's so much going on, whether it's the war, whether it's, you know, terror, whether the schools being closed, you know, there's famine over here, prices are skyrocketing, you know, the living circumstances, all this stuff is happening, and, you know, we got to wake up. We got to come back to the Lord, because, you know, you're not going to be saved. You're not going to be saved by nothing else. You know, your job can't save you, your 401k, you know, your trust fund, your shell company, you know, the SNAP benefits, all this stuff is not going to save you. Yeah, it can sustain you for the moment, but when it really get real, you got to call upon the Lord. And that's what we try to strive for, knowing this Bible, knowing this truth. You got to call upon the Most High in all things, because He is the beginning and the end. You know, like they say. Give me the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse. Start at 2. You know, and we gotta sincerely, you know, bethink ourselves and bethink one another. Give me Genesis 4 and chapter, or you can start at 3. How you doing, King? You believe in God? You believe you think you're a brother's keeper? You think we responsible for each other?
Yeah, we all.
You said what?
Say you gotta go get his hoe.
Come on, man. You gotta get your hoe. What are we doing? What are we doing? Man, this grown man talking about you gotta go get his hoe. This is the mindset of Jake in these last days. The black man, the man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm led to believe that brother got kids. We don't know, but I'm led to believe that. You know, you want to go meet up with your hoe, man. That's folly. It's madness, man. You got to get out of that mindset. You got to get out of this world, man, and come back to the Most High. You got that, King? Look it out.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
Wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world.
See, in times past, we walked in the course of this world. Even now, we do that. We walk into the course and the accordings of this world, of this life, dealing with the Thanksgivings, the Christmases, the Halloweens. You know, we're in that season where, you know, you're supposed to, you know, walk with the ways of this place. Whatever they doing, we got to get down with it. You know, the sales, the Black Friday sales, all this stuff, they want you to fall in line, man. You know, they want you to fall in line with putting up the Christmas tree, putting the lights on it, decorating it, buying the cookies and making the children feel good. It's for the kids. They want you in that spirit, man. Bring it out. Start from the top. You can't be in that spirit, man. When you are Israelite, when you are a chosen lineage, you got to be in the spirit of the Most High, in the spirit of these scriptures, the spirit of these holy days. We have our own holy days. You don't have to conform to this society. Bring it out.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
In the spirit of the children of disobedience. You know, this world is the spirit of children of disobedience. They are lawless people. They have no structure. They have no guidance. They have no direction. And we just walk in the way with them. You know, it's the thing I like to say. They winging it. You just winging your life. That's a horrible mindset to have, especially when you've grown in a man. Hey, brother. Smile at us. I don't know if he was a brother. He was Northern Kingdom, though. But, you know, nonetheless, you read it again, it's like it.
Ephesians 2 and 2. Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
In the children of disobedience. That's a horrible title to be laid on someone, laid on yourself. You being disobedient. You know, even when you were a kid, when somebody said you being disobedient, man, you kind of felt shame. Like, damn, I'm being disobedient. I'm going opposite of everything I was taught. You know, being disrespectful, whatever. But, you know, we've grown up and we still being disobedient. to the Most High. We still doing our own pleasures and doing things against the Scripture. Whether you like it or love it, you know, it's the Sabbath day. A lot of our brothers and sisters don't even know about the Sabbath day. You know, and then you got this narrative going around, and so much things being pushed in the nation of Israel, and we lost the narrative of the basic things of what's coming back into this truth. Right. Like brothers was talking about before camp, we lost the narrative, man. We lost what's going on. Now it's all divided. It's not a good look on Israel. It's not a good look on Jake. And this is probably the most exposure that we've gotten in this truth. We're probably at its highest that the truth's been around. We probably got the most exposure right now. We're living in it. And it's not, I believe, in my opinion, humble opinion, I believe that brothers have lost the narrative of what this thing is really about. Read on, King.
Verse 3, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind.
We fulfilling the desires of the flesh and the mind. That's what we into now. We want to fulfill the desires of the flesh and the mind. And we get it. We're carnal. We're carnally minded, you know, but we give into these things too much. We have too much giving into the flesh and the mind. Even myself, you know, we got to be held ourselves accountable too. Yeah, we up here kicking this truth, but we also got to hold ourselves accountable too. We got to stand up here and be like, yeah, you know what? I do that too sometimes. But you know, we got to get back on the high horse. We got to get back in the game and start pushing forward. You know, we got to continue to push this truth for the Most High. This is what it's about, getting back up. Bring it up.
Among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind.
And it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing staying consistent, having that will to fight for and through and stay in that beaten path. It's not easy, but we have to get on the path. We got to do it. You know, we're commanded to. Read.
And we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us.
He's rich in mercy. You know, he loved us, man. He's rich in mercy. That's the kind of spirit we got to have towards one another.
That's right.
You know, we all fall, we all make mistakes. But I don't mean to cast someone to the side because of their stumbling block. You know, their lack thereof, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a brother may be doing something, or a sister may be doing something that may be wrong, but what are you doing? You know, you want to extend that mercy and that grace upon that brother, like the Most High extend that mercy and grace unto you. That's the spirit we got to walk in. Not to say that we can't we got to still hold each other accountable. We still got to rebuke one another. But it's a way to do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you go about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way, and it's in the scriptures. Bring it out.
But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins.
Even when we were dead in sins, he loved us, man. You know, even when we were dead in sins, it's like if you have a child, they may be disobedient, they may have went against the rules, but you still love them. But you know, you show them that mercy, but you still teach them. You still tell them, all right, I'll give you a chance, or you put them through something, or however the disciplinary action is. You're not gonna just cast your child all the way off. You know what I'm saying? You teach them. Those are what I like to say, teachable moments. It's a time to teach. It's a time to correct. You know, we need more of that in righteousness. Read.
Even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Christ. By grace ye are saved.
By grace ye are saved. We need that more mercy. We need that grace. That's how we are saved. That's right. We are saved by that. Read.
And have raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Hamashiach Yahushua.
That's right. Where you at? Six. Yeah. So, you know, we got to continue to have that mercy and grace. Hey, brother, young brother, how holla is? You believe in God? I see you got the cross around your neck. You know what that means? What that mean? You said what?
I'm a servant of God.
It means you're a servant of God if you wear a cross? Oh, you are? Okay. Well, what if... Yeah, give us 2 minutes of your time. It's a safe place. She's cold? Oh, okay. All right, well, take a flyer at least. Take some literature.
Come on, man, give us 2 minutes, man.
I gotta get her inside.
2 minutes, she ain't gonna 2 minutes. 2 minutes. This is important. This is very important.
I gotta listen to her.
You gotta listen to her. See,
You ain't brother.
See, there you go.
Come on, brother.
You a king,
You,
brother.
I know you young, and you ain't got the game, but you gonna be a young man. You know, you gotta
Be
change
head of
that
the house.
mindset.
Head of the house.
You gotta renew your mind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He a young brother though.
Yeah,
He a
yeah.
young brother. I got a nephew. He young. You know, they move in that spirit. You know, cause you're fresh. You're green, like they say. You kind of almost gotta bump your head and keep bumping into where it's like, oh, that hurt. You know. So I mean, that's probably what that is. Yeah, but I mean.
And he probably got his father. Probably
Yeah, young brother, man.
father probably ain't around to teach him.
Yeah.
You know, because you know that's
A lot
what
can
we
go
taught
into
that.
much into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
for that.
finesse, but you know, it's nothing more. We got your precept.
But no, it's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Read it again. Read that part.
Nah, Ephesians 2:6. They have raised us up.
What's going on, King?
Fellas.
What's going on? What's happening? You believe in God?
Do I?
Do I?
I know who we are.
You do?
Come on, let's
What that
get
mean?
to it.
Who are we? Who are we?
Come on, let's
Yeah. What that mean though? You know who you are, but what else you gotta do?
Man, we original Asiatic black men.
That's beautiful, right?
Definitely.
And we the people of God, right? So how should we conduct ourselves knowing that we the people of God? How do we move in this world that we live in, knowing that we are the children and the direct bloodline descendant of the Most High God? How do we move in this world? Can we do what we want to do? No. So how do we know what we can and cannot do?
A lot of times you feel right from wrong.
Feel? You gonna be a conviction?
No.
You know it, but where does that come from? It has to come from somewhere. Because it's like almost like if you got children, if you didn't correct children or give children boundaries and discipline, they kind of be all over the place. They kind of can draw on the wall. They kind of can hit you in the face and get away with it. All that stuff. So it's like, how do they know where it's like, no, you can't do that. That's wrong. You can't do it like that. You got to do it like this. How do they know to be corrected? Where does that come from?
God is the laws your parents put down.
Right.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Perfect.
Four
So now, as you said, that the Most High, He has that same kind of, that same kind of plan, that blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, He got laws, statutes, and commandments that we got to keep and follow.
For sure.
You know, so any of the laws, statutes, and commandments you got to keep. Like anything you heard, just any commandment. Okay.
Says, honor thy neighbor.
Honor thy neighbor.
You know,
Yeah, precept.
it's you know what? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. That's
Basically, treat people how you want to be treated.
treat people how you want to be treated. Okay. We rock with that. But it's more. It's a little bit more. You know, they gave us the 10 commandments, but it's more than 10. You know what I'm saying? There's commandments on diet. You know, there's moral commandments. All that stuff is part
A
of.
lot of people don't know we can eat by our blood type. We're supposed to eat by our blood type.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That it's a diet according to the blood type. But
The Lord gave us a diet.
we talking about like scripturally and from the Most High. Like He gave us a diet and things to follow. But let me bring this precept. Check this out.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 7.
Bring it out.
In the swine.
It says in the swine. You know what swine is, brother? Pork. Read.
In the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He said he is unclean to you. The swine, pork, is unclean to you. You're not going to find that in the 10 commandments. That's not in the 10 commandments. You know what I'm saying, brother? You listening? That's not in the 10. So that lets you know right there it's more than 10. It's stuff that we got to follow that's outside the 10. You know what I'm saying? Do you know any of those outside the 10 or just the 10? Okay, well, that's part of it. The diet and so forth and so on. Where you heard that we was the Hebrew Israelites at? Where did that come from?
That's what's all the research.
Research? Do your own research? Okay, that's good. You want to do your own research. So knowing that we the Hebrew Israelites, you still got to follow the rules, the guidelines, the law, the Most High set out for you. You know what I'm saying?
If you're just a student in school, it's always rules.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm
So
saying?
do you believe we got to follow them? Do you follow them?
Definitely.
You do?
Now, to the best of my
To the
ability.
best of your ability?
Best of my ability.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. So what we got to do is we got to continue to put that our best foot forward and try. You know what I'm saying? We got to continue to do that.
Now, the way I look at it, you can make yesterday, you can make today better than yesterday. In the right path,
Yeah,
you're all right.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. In the
Nobody-
path of the Most High, though, not our own path.
No, not our own
you know what I'm
path.
saying? We all want to do A, B, and C, but the Most High has a different path for all of us. You know, we got to keep the law, we got to keep the commands, and we got to keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the faith. Let me get the book of Leviticus 19 and 27.
It's Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27.
You got a pen?
They short.
Okay, we're gonna leave you with one. Can we leave you with one more? Give me give me Psalm 32 and 5. We're gonna leave you with this one, and then you gotta split. You know what I'm saying?
I stayed out here, so I'm always seeing y'all guys.
Oh, okay. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So this is something we got to do every day. It's something that you shouldn't go a day without doing. What we about to show you right now. Bring it up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 32 and verse 5.
Check it out.
I acknowledge my sin unto
It
thee.
says you got to acknowledge your sin unto thee. Acknowledge your sin and what you've done against the Most High according to the Scripture. Acknowledge that every day. Read.
And mine iniquity have I not hid.
Don't hide it. Don't hide whatever you've done wrong. Don't put it behind your back. You kind of, stuff it under the bed, throw it in the closet. You're going to reveal those things to the Most High. Be sincere. Read.
I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the
You
Lord.
got to confess your transgressions unto the Lord. When you pray, confess, Most High, I ate something that had pork in it. Most High, I had a bad thought and it was against my brother, and I forgive you. You got to have that type of spirit, that genuine, meek, humble spirit. Read.
And thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin.
And the Most High can forgive you for that. And that's a mighty thing that you got to do every day. When you pray, repent. That's what we up here pushing. When we're Hebrew Israelites, then we got to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. We also have to repent every day. So, we leave you with that. I know you got to go, brother. But, you an Israelite. All praise to the Most High. You got to keep the commandments. And you got a flyer. You got some literature. I got you. Follow us, man, on YouTube, man. Stay locked in.
No socials, but I definitely stand with you.
Okay. Lord willing, man. Lord willing. All praise to the Most High. Yeah.
You're an Israelite, you got to repent.
Yeah. All praise to the Most High. Yeah. Go back to the Ephesians. I think it was at like 5 or 6. We got to get back to the milk, man. We got to come back and get back. We got to come back and lock in on the narrative that we got to push, and giving a sense, us being up here soldiers and doing the work of the Most High God, because a lot of things are happening in this truth amongst brothers and sisters, and that's always going to be. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be a battle, a demon that we got to fight. We got to continue to fight it. We got to continue to push forward no matter what. Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and verse 6. And have raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Hamashiach Yahushua, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness towards us.
And that's what we want. That's what we're fighting for. That riches of that grace that he got. For us, waiting on us out here doing the work, us out here going about our day, trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, trying to do the work, trying to, stay righteous in our mind, in our spirit, you know what I'm saying, holding each other accountable, praying, fasting, all those things align with that mercy and that grace that he has for us soon to come,
In his kindness towards us through Hamashiach Yahushua. For by grace are you saved through faith.
Our grace, we saved through faith, man. We got the faith in this thing, man. We got faith that we're going to be saved. That we got faith that the Most High is rich in his grace and his mercy, that we're going to be saved in these last days. That's why we up here. That's why people can walk by us. They can do whatever. They can laugh. They can say whatever and make us try to feel bad. We don't care, man. We don't care what you got to say. We don't care about your insults. We don't care about your... You got 2 minutes, King? What's your nationality? You say what's your nationality? What's your race?
Indian and black.
You Indian and black? Okay, Indian like native Indian? Okay, come on, this is 2 minutes, man. You got 2 minutes to show you something.
Some history,
Yeah,
brother.
some history we want to show you.
Say.
So we up here pushing that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American, man, woman, and child are the Israelites of the Bible. So we come from a chosen lineage of the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We are a chosen lineage. You said you're Indian. Your father, what is your father? Give me Numbers 1 and 18. What's your father? You say you black and Indian. What's your father black? Okay, beautiful. So we go by the scripture where we figure out where we come from and who we are out this book. Bring it out, man.
Numbers 1, verse 18.
Bring it out.
And they assembled themselves, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month and declared their pedigree.
They declared their pedigree. So Moses was out there gathering all the nation of Israel together, trying to declare their pedigrees of which people belongs to which tribe. Read.
pedigrees after their families by the houses of their fathers.
By their families, by the house of their father. So whatever your father is what you are according to the Bible. So your bloodline comes directly from your father, the man. Because the man carried the seed. You put a seed in the earth, you put an apple tree in China, it's going to be an apple tree. It's not going to be a Chinese apple tree. It's just going to be an apple tree. So as a man, you carry the seed, and you know, when you deal with a woman, you bear that seed to her, you bring forth children, and that bloodline directly comes down to you, brother, to us, because we're men. So we only know who we are according to the Bible through what through our seed line. So give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 46. Give me the sign. So this is an ancient book. It's 2025, right? So the Most High is so great and so beautiful that he put prophecies in his Bible to let us know even in 2025 we can figure out what people belong to who, or what people fall under certain things, right? Bring this out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28:46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. They shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder.
He said, this shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder. So the Most High has left signs and wonders on the earth to let you know who you are and where you belong to. Just like I know you have Nikes on because of what? The Nike check, the sign. So the signs that happen on the earth will let you know who's God's chosen people. Because it's not, the Bible don't say everyone is chosen by God. It doesn't. That's not the narrative that's pushed. So we got to figure out who these chosen people are. What do they fall under? Bring it out.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And upon thy seed forever. Like we said, it's an ancient book. So even in 2025, you will know who this chosen people of God are. Jump down to 15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
He said, it shall come to pass, if you do not follow the Most High God, his laws, statutes, commandments this day, read,
that all these curses,
it says all these curses
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It said all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So what is a curse? Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A bad thing. So it says all these curses, if you don't listen to me, the Most High said, if you don't listen to me, all these curses will come upon you. You meaning a nation of people, and you will go under these different type of situations. We're about to go into read.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
It says, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Are you from Cleveland, Ohio? You where? Toledo? Or how are we living in Toledo? If I ask you, take me to a cursed place in Toledo, or a cursed neighborhood, where would you take me? Would you take me somewhere that's nice and beautiful, and they keep the grass low, or would you take me to somewhere where it's downtown? There you go, where a lot of evil is going on. Brothers and sisters hurting each other, putting their hands, killing each other, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the government allowed it. They want this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you're feeding the system. You're feeding the beast. You know what I'm saying? And it said, cursed in the city and cursed in the field. We was in the field, picking cotton. We was in them fields. Our Indian brothers is on the reservation. What? Doing what? Drinking a lot. You know what I'm saying? They are isolated from the world. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff falls under the curse. Give me 68.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall...
We're going into the curses to let us know who we are according to the Bible. The prophecy. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. When we were in Egypt the first time, we were in slavery. We were in bondage. We were building up Egypt. All that stuff that you see over there, the nation of Israel, us, our ancient foremothers and forefathers built all that up. It's saying you will go into Egypt again. Read.
You will go into... and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
You will be into Egypt again. Read.
With ships.
It says with ships. This is a prophecy, home run prophecy, to let us know that who we are according to the Bible. The so-called black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, and child went to slavery on what's that? Ship. We was packed like sardines. We was on those slave ships. They brought us over to be what? To be happy people, to live good and be free, or what did we come over here to be slaves and to work from sun up to sundown with no money, a spill of water? Right, and that's right. The sub-Saharan slave trade. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right, brother. You know. So when you in slavery, right? When they put you in slavery, what do they do to get you to submit? Like, what is the main thing that they do to have you submit? Starving, break you down, you know, stuff like that. But so one thing that they do is like, you said what? Yeah, strip you your identity, right, brother? So one of the main things they do is strip you of your identity. They also strip you of your God. They strip you of who you are spiritually. Because once they control your mind and your spirit, they got you forever. So that's why they put this image that we got. Give me Revelation 1:14. They got this image right here. Who is this man? Who's that? That's the image they made up, right? But a lot of people believe in this image, right? You don't. You have Bible. All right, all praise to the Most High. But us being, you know, the black people on the earth, the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans, and Hispanics, that image right there has our minds so drunk.
That's why we got to study the word.
That's right. That's right. So we leave with one. We leave with one more. I know you gotta go. Yeah, take a flyer, King. We're gonna leave with one more. Check this out.
It's the book of Revelation 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Who on the earth got woolly hair? Like a sheep. It says his head was white. I mean, it's a lot to bring it out.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
It says it's white as snow. He had white woolly hair. This image don't got white woolly hair. This image do, but this image don't. This is the image that they gave you. But the Bible don't say that. What does that tell your mind?
Read to the truth myself.
Read it. That's right. You got to read it for yourself. They lied.
That's what the Most High say.
That's right. Bring it up.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Say his feet was like on the fine brass as they burned in the furnace. So he's a very dark-skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave with that. I know you got to go. Be the Hebrew Israelites. What's on your screen?
That's just something in my personal picture.
I'm saying that image.
I don't care about the woman.
Oh yeah.
God
care about it. That's important.
God has no phone, but I talk to him. God has no Facebook.
God has no
but
phone.
He's still my friend. He has no Twitter, but I still follow him.
You gotta get rid of that picture, brother.
See, we got to destroy that. The image matters, though. It matters. It matters.
What matters in your salvation?
That matters, too. But, you know, sometimes people they may have that knowledge of salvation, but they may be getting it from a different place.
That's why I study the word.
They may be.
I'm on this trip about it.
You gotta get rid of that image, bro.
Everybody got to have their own. Everybody got their own personal relationship with God.
Yeah.
You got to have that.
Yeah, but we got to come together. We're responsible for one another. Can't just be individuals. We all got to come together. Give me the book of Genesis.
Check that
That's
flyer
what
out.
You check the flyer out, kid. Check us out, man, on that flyer. Follow it on the flyer. You 49 and 1.
All right, brother.
God bless the Most High. I'll praise you.